This is The Awakening, chapters 9 through 18.
Okay. The characters evolved through their self. Edna went through an in-between phase, meaning she's trying to find herself as a woman in society, and she's beginning to connect her physical actions with her feelings of people and life itself. For example, she's opening up to Robert with her true feelings of infatuation, and then on the other hand, she talks back to her husband and stands up for what she believes in. She's once in her life and refuses to be submissive to his command. And Robert, he feels the same way towards Edna, but the difference between the two is that Robert knows he can never have Edna because of the rules assigned by society and tradition. He knows that Leonce has the possession rights over Edna. He remains loyal and respectful to her, but also feels attracted towards her at the same time.
Sorry. The plot for these chapters are basically that Edna and Robert's feelings are beginning to surface and evolve a lot. And the night that Edna's out on the hammock and Robert is sitting on the porch with her, I think is the night where they really realize how they feel about each other. And that's the night where it really all begins. And then that's where she begins her independence also, like defying her husband. And then whenever she finds out that Robert is leaving, Edna becomes extremely upset and wonders why he didn't take into consideration her or the other people on Grand Isle. And also the marriage of Edna and Leonce, or I don't know how to say it, is slowly beginning to fall apart. She's giving up her motherly duties, and she's not doing her, the reception work that she does. What's it called? On Tuesdays? I don't know, something
She
reception.
invites she's a hostess to people.
And she's basically given that up, and she's just going out whenever she feels like it, and
without letting it.
Yeah, and Leonce is slowly starting to see Edna grow away, move away from him, and their marriage is beginning to fall apart.
Okay, and I had a couple questions because we had to do that. Does Mr. Pontlier have any idea what's going on between Robert and Edna? Do y'all think?
I think he kind of does.
He does because he's not stupid.
Yeah, he has. That's why he's not so.
That's why he's noticing change in her.
Yeah.
And then, do y'all think Robert left so sudden because of his feelings for Edna?
Yeah.
He was getting too close to her?
Out of respect, I think he's scared because, it even says so, divorce was extremely unheard of during this time. Wasn't it Victorian?
Victorian.
Yeah, it was extremely unheard of, and he knew that Edna could not be his. And the story that Mariquetta, or whatever her name is, that was talking about on the boat, she said that there was a man in the village who ran away with a woman, and took one of her kids from the husband, and the three of them ran off together. And he's like, I can't do that. I think it's he's realizing what's going on now.
I think Edna cares more for Robert than her family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you want to do the quotes?
And
Since we're almost on that.
how many minutes is it?
It doesn't say.
Okay, and there's a symbol that's seen throughout this part 2 of the Awakening. It's the sea, which symbolizes freedom and escape of Edna. She's brave enough to finally be on her own, swimming for the first time. And there's also a motif of the many houses she's going through, like her house, the cottage on the Isle, and then her nice fancy house in New Orleans. She's surrounded within the walls of those houses, but when she escapes to Madame Antoine's, it symbolizes the shift that Edna has undergone. She finds herself in a new romantic and foreign world, just her and Robert by themselves.
Okay, and I'll do the quote first, I guess.
Go for it.
And Edna's talking to Robert. She goes, "How many years have I slept? The whole island seems changed. A new race of beings must have sprung, leaving only you and me as past relics. How many ages ago did Madame Tony die? And when did our people from Grand Isle disappear from the earth?" In this quote regarding the fact that Edna's only joking, at some extent I believe she does wish it were true, that it was only her and Robert on the island.
And that's the childish, there's a childish motif throughout this entire book.
Metaphorically,
Yeah.
to Edna.
Okay, my quote is, hold on. Yeah, go for it. I'm trying to find it.
Okay, my quote describes Edna. She perceived that her will had blazed up, stubborn and resistant. She could not at that moment have done other than denied and resisted. She wondered if her husband had ever spoken to her like that before, and if she had submitted to his command. Of course she had. She had remembered that she had, but she could not realize why or how she would have yielded, feeling as she did then. Edna had just returned from her first swim and is lying in the porch hammock, refusing her husband's entreaties to come inside. For the first time in her life, Edna does not, out of habit, yield to Leonce's command. Rather, she speaks against his control and does as she wishes. I like this quote because it shows that Edna does have a mind of her own and she can speak up for herself when needed. She did not, under any circumstance, let her husband tell her what to do in this situation. She stood her ground firmly, which goes to say a woman can just as easily be as rough as a man when it comes to the actions of words.
Alright, my quote is, once she stopped and taking off her wedding ring, flung it upon the carpet. When she saw it lying there, she stamped her heel upon it, striving to crush it, but her small boot heel did not make an indenture, not a mark upon the little glittering circlet. Like, Edna's trying to make a dent in, like, her relationship with Robert. Bless you.
Sorry.
But, since he is gone, and since divorce is it's out of the question, like, there's nothing that she can do. She cannot... I think the wedding ring also, like, it symbolizes Leon's, and as much as she tries to get rid of it and break it down, she can't. Yeah, it will always be there. So I think she's kind of starting to give up, possibly. But this unrealistic love or feelings that she has towards Robert will possibly, like, never be able to happen.
That's part 2.
Bye.